My teacher assigned a research project. Now what? When you need to find information, what is your go-to tool? My guess is many of you said Google, and Google's a great tool, especially for certain types of information. For example, this winter I really want to go snowshoeing at a park in northern Ohio. Google is a perfect tool to find the information I need to plan the trip. I can find weather and trail conditions, directions, cost, rental equipment by simply typing a few words. The ease of using this search engine is one of the reasons why we often start our searches with Google. Notice it doesn't matter if I use capital letters, correct punctuation, correct spelling, or even whether I write complete sentences or questions. The Google search engine only uses keywords. Those are words that are important to the meaning to find websites. So what is the best research tool? Well, the answer depends on the question or problem that you are attempting to tackle. For example, if you were looking for information about gymnast Caitlin Ohashi, who recently scored perfect tens, a Google search might be your best bet since the information is current. Understanding the best resource for the job is an important skill that you will use in high school, college, and beyond. There is one tool that is sometimes overlooked and yet can make your research go so much smoother. This tool is a library database. But what is a library database? Let's watch this video to find out more.
What's the matter?
Oh, I've just spent days working on my research report and I can't seem to find the right information.
I assume you're using the library databases for your research?
What? I've just been searching the internet.
It looks like you're wasting time looking through pages of results that aren't good enough.
Yeah.
The way to go is to use library databases.
Okay, smarty pants. What's a database?
A library database is like a storage box, containing collections of information such as journals, conference papers, statistical data. Most databases will focus on a particular subject area.
That definitely doesn't sound like the free information I found on the internet.
Well, databases contain quality and scholarly content. The library subscribes to them, so you can get access to this good stuff for free.
My lecturer did use the words scholarly and quality. I got nervous when all I'd found was stuff I couldn't use.
I started that way too. If you want to get better marks for those assignments, it's gotta have quality info.
Gosh, I feel relieved already. Thanks heaps.
Before you go, don't you want to know which database to use for your report?
Yeah, I do.
The way I found out was to go to the library website and look for the databases listed by subject.
This is awesome. I owe you one.
Well, you're welcome to buy me lunch anytime.
So now that you understand what a great tool databases are, you might be wondering how to access them. Well, there's probably two ways that you are familiar with. One is InfoOhio, which is paid for by the state of Ohio, and the other is Gale, which is paid for by your school. It may surprise you to learn that you can't access these resources through Google. You must have a subscription. But the good news is you do. You can access both Gale and InfoOhio by going to your library catalog, destiny.dublinschools.net. Let's take a look at an example of how this might work. I'm going to research Theodore Roosevelt for my project. But before we look at the databases, let's do a quick comparison with Google. Notice that when I do a Google search on Theodore Roosevelt, Google returns over 40 million websites, and it's really hard to evaluate their quality. Now let's look at the databases. I recommend going to destiny.dublinschools.net. that is the library catalog that you use. And if you go in, then you click your school. And if you wanted to look to see if there was a book at your school, you could just type the title or the subject or a keyword into the search box, and it would tell you if there was a book or if it was in. I'm going to suggest that you log in to Destiny, but I'm not sure if you need to do that. I'm going to click on, make sure I have the catalog button clicked on, and then go over to this left-hand column and click Destiny Discover. Once you click Destiny Discover, it is going to bring up links to Gale and InfoHio. Let's start with Gale. Gale has a lot of different resources. Sometimes it asks for a password, and if that's the case, just type Go Gale, all one word. But it has lots of different topics that you can look under. So if you're looking for a biography, you might want to go here, geography, history, sports. Depending on what your topic is, you can kind of figure out where you need to go. Well, my topic is Theodore Roosevelt, so I'm going to click View All and see if I can find Theodore Roosevelt. And there he is. So I'm going to click on Theodore Roosevelt. Now, it tells basic information, kind of encyclopedia type information at the top, and we can read more or get more facts if we want. It also has featured articles, biographies about him. Primary sources are available. It looks like there's 18. There's images, videos, audio, magazines, all different types of resources. And you can assume that these are scholarly resources when you're doing this. So now I'm going to go back to Destiny Discover, and we'll take a look at InfoHio. InfoHio has the information. They kind of have suggested grade levels. Sometimes you might want to go a little higher. Sometimes you might want to go a little lower. I'm going to choose the 6 to 8 grade level and look at all these different databases that you have access to. So we have the biography database. We have digital video collections. So if we wanted to look for videos, we could. Explora is awesome. It has full text articles from magazines, journals, newspapers, images, videos, primary sources. So it's really beneficial if your research topic has something to do with health information. One of my favorites is the Points of View Reference Center. It kind of goes through both sides of the story, if you will. They're just all different. There's one other thing I want to point out. There is a World Book Student, so that's an encyclopedia, but just a lot of different sources. The other thing is if you want to conduct a search through all of these databases, then you can type your topic in the iSearch, which is pretty cool that you can do that. I think I'm going to click on the biography because that's what I'm looking for, and type Theodore Roosevelt. And I think I want to make it a little more specific. I'm going to use the word and national parks. That's really what my topic has to do with. All right, so this first result here was a book review about a book titled The Camping Trip That Changed America. This is a magazine article about Teddy Roosevelt going camping with John Muir, which probably did impact his decision to develop the first national parks in the world. I kind of like this one. It's Self-Made Man. It's an article from 2006, and it I'm hoping that it gives me information about how how he came to make this decision, like what about him led to the some of the great things he did. So I'm going to click on Self-Made Man, and um, the other nice thing about this is, remember, HTML full text. If you took modern literacy, you'll know that that's the website text that you're going to get. And if you really like this article and you click on Find Similar Results, it'll give you other articles that are very similar to this. But there are a couple other tools. One, you can listen to it if you want. You can change the language with Google Translate. If you want to print the articles or save the article, you can. Let's say you want to cite it, which I think in 7th grade or in Dublin City Schools, we use the MLA format. And I could either export it to whatever citation program I was using, or I can copy and paste it. There are lots of different options that you can use, and it is a really really great tool. So I'm going to go back to Destiny Discover, and really don't forget two things. Don't forget to use the databases because they provide excellent information. And the other thing is, don't forget about your library media specialist. If you're having trouble finding a source, either send an email or come into the Media Center, and we are more than happy to help you. Good luck with your research.